we're gonna go get started. First things first, we got Mr. Scott Jackson who's gonna come up here and talk to you guys about things. LaDrew's gonna come up, drop some knowledge on you. I'll hit you with a few things, and then you're gonna have a fantastic day. So Scott Jackson.
30 minutes, Scott. 30 minutes. First of all, it's Trev's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Trev!
What is So, all you guys that have been here for a while, you probably remember AM Prep. We used to do it all the time, get everybody's stuff ready in the mornings, come in, grab your stuff and go. We're going to bring that back. It's going to be me, Dean, and Tim right now. Anybody that does want to do it, come talk to me. It's going to be starting. We'll do it at like 6:30, 6:15. We're going to come in, get everything ready. I'm there. Get it going. I'm there. All right, you know, I was going to come to you next. But
he told us
other than that, man, we're just going to get everything ready for you guys. Make sure everybody's days go smoothly in the morning. What time?
So that means only us four will get it?
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically, yeah. If you want to do it, if you want to get time in the morning, come talk to me. I'll be in charge of it, so just come talk to me. Other than that, if like anything we do wrong, any questions, come to me. We're going to start it. We probably won't get it. What's up,
What is the goal of your morning prep team? What are the expectations you have for yourself and your team? What is it going to bring? How is it going to benefit us as a whole?
Well, okay, the goal when we talked about it was one, getting everybody out of here by 7:30 or earlier. Like we get done with the huddle, you grab their shit and get out. That's the main goal. Like, the goal is just get everyone home early too. And other than that, what was the other one?
What are the expectations for yourself?
Expectations for myself, not to fuck up. Obviously, I want to take care of you guys every morning. I mean, you know who I am. You got questions?
Scott 8.
That. But other than that, we're just going to bring it back, guys. Come to me.
How about them Cowboys?
All right, so next up, I got Mike Bell.
Hey, I'm really good this morning. So, let me get 2 claps. Let me get 2 claps. All right, keep your hands free, keep your minds open, because I'm going to talk about something really quick. Jason only gave me about 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to rush through this. This could be the most important thing you've heard in your life, and maybe the most important thing you've heard in 2020 so far. So, we're going to get this thing started. I know a lot of you might be wondering, man, why'd you cut your hair? Why'd you shave your beard off? The reason why is because I'm going to create another powerful mind shift. But this time, I'm going to do it in front of everybody so that hopefully you do it with me. And so that you can see, man, this is actually real life. The last one took about 2 years to manifest. It landed me here, which I am extremely excited about. And I would say that I've achieved, a certain level of success here through Southwind. Nothing compared to where I'm going through Southwind. But nonetheless, I want you guys to see it. I'm going to talk a little bit about how the process can start for you today. So if you take notes, please do so. But always keep your hands free because I like to pay attention to whether or not people are receiving the information that I am articulating. And I do that by saying, let me get 2 claps. All right, now that was a little bit off. So I know that our attention span is not quite yet with me, right, Dante? So, let me get 2 claps. Much better. All right, the first thing we're going to talk about is something that I know everybody likes, which is success. And one of our pillars over there is integrity. So, one of the fundamental ways that you can achieve success is through integrity. They go hand in hand. And what integrity is all about is doing the hard thing, not the easy thing. And throughout the course of a day, which is how many seconds, Jason? 86,400. 86,400 seconds. You have choices every second, every day. And the choice you make is either the easy thing to do or the hard thing to do. Every single time you choose what is easy, you will not achieve success. Every single time you choose what is difficult and what your body doesn't necessarily want you to do, that's how you achieve success. So, you guys have seen my success diagram. It's very, very simple. You choose what's easy and take a shortcut, you'll never become successful. You have integrity and do the hard thing, it always leads to success. That's how I know exactly what is going to happen as I generate this next powerful mind shift, because everything in life is predictable. All I have to do is stay here. So, check this out. You're a manager of resources. That's really all you are. All every human is. We're managers of resources. That's it, Tyler B. Here are the top 3 resources you manage. Your body, which is 3-in-1 element. Tyler B, you know how our bodies are 3-in-1. Can you explain that to people? If not, Walter can jump them out. I know somebody knows.
Physical health, emotional health, and mental.
Yeah, mind, body, and spirit. Let me get 2 claps. Fantastic. Okay, so we're 3-in-1. That's the very most important resource that you manage throughout the course of your life. The second is time. This is the second most important resource that you manage. No matter where you come from, what color you are, how much money you have, everybody has the same amount of it, but it's up to you how you manage this resource. The third, and probably my most favorite resource, is change. I love to manage this resource because now that I'm aware of how this thing works and I get to use integrity daily, I get to change things in my life the way I want it to go, because the path is predictable. We'll look into that as well. Okay? So, you might be saying, okay, what are you saying, LaDrew? This is it. This is how you will measure your integrity meter, which also measures your success meter. Super easy. If you work for the on-site crew or in the call center, if you have accurate estimates with the address, email, name, and customer phone number, you can use that to measure your integrity. How many of us would like for that to happen? I think all of us, right? If you are a truck team member, you can measure your integrity meter by coming to work in the proper and perfect uniform every single day. So if you do these 2 things, we know off the bat, you're doing the hard things in life, not the easy things. You are closely approaching what it takes to become successful. Where's Eddy? I really like Eddy because every time I see Eddy, I see success. And I know what's going to happen just because he's dressed in the proper uniform. I don't know a lot about Eddy yet, but I know he has everything that it takes to be successful. I saw a picture on Facebook the other day of some family members of mine, and it was 3 of them. I could tell by what they were wearing that they're not a threat to success, and it made me extremely sad, and I got a little emotional because I love them, and I know what they want, but I can see it just based off of what they were wearing and their demeanor. They're not going to get it, not yet, not doing what they're going to do. So measure your integrity by these 2 things: call center on-sites, accuracy, proper name, address in there, phone number. Truck team members come in the exact proper uniform. If it doesn't work, then change before you leave the house. Because that's how we're going to measure that. We good? All right, let me get 2 classes. Super easy. We're going to move to the next thing, which is all about you. Okay, you either produce things or you receive things. A large portion of my life, I was a receiver of things. All I did was receive things. The focal point of my day, every single day now, is to produce things. Produce things. So you have people that receive and people that produce. Here's how that works. If you receive things, you only receive what you get from your environment. And this makes up who you are today. This attracts the people that's in your circle to come to your circle, because all you do is receive things. So you know whether or not you're attractive by the people that you attract, okay? And luckily for really all of us in here, except for the ladies, it has nothing to do with how you look. Because if it did, some of y'all would be in big trouble. Okay?
I mean, except for me.
Except for Tim and the ladies. So, if you receive things, Jason, I'm gonna hurry up.
Hey, you're good.
If you only receive things, the only option you have is to receive these things from your environment, which dictates what you see, what you hear, what you think, and this gives you your identity, which equals what you think and say. What you think and what you say. What you think and what you say equals the life you live right now today. That's how it got here. So if you don't like it, think and talk different. This is the fish in the aquarium. I won't get too deep into that, but that's APM, a powerful mind shift stuff right there. So, when I was a receive things type of guy, where I live dictated my identity. And what it would sound like was I would meet somebody because we attracted each other from being in the same environment, liking the same types of things. And I would say, hey, what's up? My name's Drew. Walt, right? Oh, straight up. You blow a tree, right? Me too. Yeah. All right, bet that. Let's roll up. All right. That was me when I was a receive things guy. That's how the greeting would sound. Oh, straight up. Yeah. Bet that. Let's roll up. Like y'all over here laughing, right? Okay, where I live now, then I'm a produce things type of human. Here's how it sounds. Hey, LaDrew, Walter, right? Nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. So what do you do for a living? Fantastic, right? And then where did you go to school? Okay, in other words, when I was in the environment stage of my life, what that meant was, hey, I get my identity from my environment because it dictates what I see, hear, think, and who I know I am. That's what, hey, you smoke that tree? Bet, let's roll up. In other words, hey man, I am my environment. You guys have all heard it. People say that you're a product of your, that doesn't have to be the case though. Okay? But the next greeting where I live now from the produce things from, it is, in other words, what I said there is, hey, how did you escape the grasp of your environment? And since you did that, what do you do? And where did you go in order to make that happen? Because everybody's up against the same test. So how you measure whether you're doing this or not, being a producer or a receiver of things and of life, is by these two things. If you are an on-site person or a call center person, measure it by your conversion. If your conversion is at standard or above, you know that you are a producer of things in this world, which is really, really good where you want to be. If you are a truck team member, measure it by having no damages or the amount of damages you have. If you have no damages, you know that you are on the verge of the cusp of being a producer of things in life. So let me get 2 claps. Let me get 2 claps. Keep those hands ready. I like that second one. I felt that second one. Did you feel it? Say it. What did it feel like? Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, so producer, receiver. This is how we measure. These are the things from this conversation that you want to remember. You want to remember these things. Integrity for you guys equals these things right now. Being a producer or receiver of things equals this right now for us. We good with that? Okay, last thing. Jason, I'm almost done. Last thing is the predictable path, where all of my confidence comes from. Hey, guess what? I'm not very smart. Cat's out of the bag. I'm not very bright at all, but you don't have to be. You just have to know these simple keys and follow them and use them consistently, okay? To create the predictable path, which is the next book that I'm going to write, which I am super excited about writing. This year, I'm reading 36 books, Bible cover to cover, and I'm living life every day, which will create the book, Predictable Path. So my interactions with you guys, my interactions here at work, all of these stories will accumulate and form what that book will become. So, is this anyone's first week? First month? Okay, perfect. What's your name there in the back?
Ron.
Ron. I'm sorry?
Ryan.
Ryan. Pleasure to meet you, Ryan. I'm LaDrew. We haven't had any interactions yet, Ryan and I. However, Ryan, I guarantee, knows everything about me because I live a predictable life, and every choice that I make in the 84,000 second day, 86,400 second day, I make every choice based off of the consequences that I want to see in my life. So I pick a consequence, and then I make all of the choices that lead to that consequence, like being healthy, like growing my mind, like focusing so that my mind, body, and my spirit are one thing and not 3 different things. Okay? So, that being the case, Ryan, you're about to have a test. And it's a test about me. Okay? This test, the name of it is called Predictable Path. Okay? Because we know where I'm going to end up by the end of it. All right? So, Predictable Path test. Ryan, I go to the grocery store. I either go get hummus or go to the McDonald's drive-thru and get a hamburger. What do you think I go get? Hamburger. Oh, yikes. Yikes. That's not healthy.
It is.
What are you trying to get? Ryan, am I going to go get hummus or hamburger?
The hummus.
I'm going to go get the hummus. All right? Then I'm going to go to the, the aisle for H2O and soda. Do you think I'm gonna pick up water or soda?
Probably water.
I'm gonna pick up water. And then after do that, I'm gonna go home and what am I gonna do? Read a book or watch TV?
Read a book.
I'm gonna read a book, you're exactly right. And then I'm gonna go back to the store because I forgot something. Am I gonna go to get fruit or French fries?
Fruit.
I'm gonna go get fruit, you're exactly right. Man, this dude knows me very well. Let me get 2 claps. My man Ryan, you're 100% so far. Ryan, do I want no smoke at all or all the smoke?
All the smoke.
What type of smoke? Hey, that's right, man.
You think about it in a different way.
No, you think about it.
You think about it.
I'm lame. I don't know all the new terms, but all I know is I don't want no smoke. I went to the doctor the other day. I'm gonna go off topic for just 2 seconds, if that's okay. I went to the doctor the other day, right? And you know, they asked me, hey, do you smoke? Do you drink? You know, how if you do, how much? This and that. And I said, well, sir, I don't smoke, right? But I dapped my guy YA up. And I dapped him and I hit his jacket when we dapped. And all nicotine just bam, hit me. So I'm like, does that count? He said, man, it sounds like you want all the smoke. And I said, dang. I said, well, actually, on top of that, the other day I was in a meeting and my man's Andrew, I just seen this big puff cloud come up and I was standing right by and slapped me right in the face. I thought I was in heaven for a second. You know, does that count? He said, yeah, it does. So for that, I will ask you, no more smoking in meetings. And if you just got done with a cigarette and you dap me up so I don't get all the smoke, just kind of hit me with an elbow. We good with that?
Yes, sir.
Let me get 2 claps. Hey, man, because I'm trying to live, man. I'm trying to live a healthy life, so that's why I'm drinking water. I don't want to drink water. Man, you know how bad I want to watch TV? I would love to watch TV, but I ain't got time for that. I don't have time. I have to read books. I have to read for at least 2 hours a day. All right, I start getting uneasy, jittery. You know, start getting the heebie-jeebies. Start feeling real different. So, hey, look, I don't want no smoke. Ryan, I'm coming back at you. And then it comes time, man, it's for me, late, it's past 8 o'clock. And at this point in the year, it's dark outside. So I have 2 options. I can bond, build, and connect with wifey, or I can pull up the hub. What am I doing? Wifey. But guess what? Y'all sit up here laughing, but y'all know it's the real deal. And the key about all of this is that everything on this side of the list, they have something in common. Good? Good. Everything on this side of the list that Ryan, who has never met me before, didn't know my name before the meeting started, has never seen me, never had a conversation, but the man knows everything about me because the path is predictable. Everything on this side is the hard thing to do, not the easy thing to do. It has integrity. And Tim, what do I know about integrity? What does it lead me to every time? Success. It leads me to success. Okay? So, said, what's one way, if I'm a truck team member, that I can know if I'm headed down the path of success? Proper uniform. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Because that's how I know. That's how I know. Eddy is my guy. Eddy's my guy. I like that. And anybody else who's dressed in the proper uniform every day, you're well on your way. Self-centered, we know how to measure that as well. How to measure whether you're a producer or receiver of things? Take note of this. Use this. It means everything. Okay? Hummus over hamburger all day. Okay? So create a path for yourself that is predictable, simply by picking out consequences that you like and the choices that equal that consequence. So make a list. Even if I don't know you, I should know everything about you based off of the path that you are on. Okay? So I had to make that super quick today, and I did definitely go over time, but I felt like that was important. So if you take notes of anything, take notes of the measurement tools that I gave you, and create a plan for your life, built off of the consequences that you want to happen, so that the path can also be predictable for you too. So as the year goes on, you guys will see the hair grow, you'll see the beard grow, and you will see the mega mind shift manifest. And all I'm saying is, hey, come with me, and you start by doing these things here. Sound good? All right, well, let me get 2 claps. All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So a couple things. First things first, just talk about is the No Damage Club. So we're still closing out a few things from last month, but if I can get all these guys to stand up so we can give you some recognition. We got Trevor Bryant, we got Gerardo, Dylan Sell, Hunter, Chris Houston, Rashad, Matt Johnson, CJ, Kevin Clopel, Joe Legata, Thomas, Mike Junkin, Dean, Dennis, Ron Whitney, and Marlon Williams.
Yeah.
Stand up. Thank you. And an extra large shout out to these three here for being 3 months in a row. That's absolutely fantastic. 3 months, 90 days without a damage. Absolutely fantastic, phenomenal. I hope the guys carry shit on site the other day when I did a drop-in and I ran right into the wall, so I didn't make it one day without a damage, and they made it 3 months, which is absolutely fantastic. So I just turned like a dumbass, right, and took a 90-degree turn right into a wall. I didn't mess up the wall, I just ran into it. Right, and I blamed it on Brian O'Neill.
Integrity.
Yeah. Thank you guys. We didn't hit our goal, so we're going to shoot for another goal this month. We'll still shoot for 45 for top golf, 30 for breakfast. We hit 30 guys, no damage club. We'll do breakfast. We got a ton of guys on it because we're only 7 days in. But I will update the list today, and you'll be able to see who's up there and who's on the no damage club. A couple other things, housekeeping pieces. When we're driving, what do we always need? Seatbelts. Spotters. Well, I mean, back up. Spotters. So Tyler made a comment yesterday, and he was like, "Man, 90% of the damage to the trucks are self-inflicted." And it kind of, we all understand, but it kind of hit me differently yesterday because I was like, man, like it's not like people are just driving around, running into our trucks and hitting them with bats and shit. Like we're doing all this stuff to ourselves. So we have to make sure. Couple things when we are, and to you guys' defense, we never gave you guys the training that you really needed for spotting. Some guys, we were laughing about it yesterday because we were talking about when he was driving, guys would be doing this shit, and he's like, they're 30 feet behind me. I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and the guy's going like this. He's like, I can't see which way he's turning his fucking fingers. It's like broken belly, pat your head. So again, you guys have never learned all the signals of how to do it. So I posted them. I'm going to post them in the warehouse as well, and we're working on a driver training for you guys so you can actually learn all the proper shit you do when you're out there. So that's going to help. Again, that's on us because we didn't treat it's hard to hold you guys accountable when we didn't give you the tools to do it the right way in the first place. So that will be in process. Also, big shout out to all the guys that got me their DOTs. 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, it would have taken me 3 months to get everybody's DOTs, and I would have to drag guys down and try to find them in the warehouse or call them at home. Man, I had it done in 2 days. Guys just shot me their DOTs, pictures of them, they're updated, and that was absolutely fantastic. So for everybody that did that, I appreciate you as well. So thank you. I'm going to read a couple reviews. We're trying to fly through so we have time for Marlon to do this piece too. But the first review I'm going to read, it wasn't a good review, but I thought it was important to read it. I'm not going to read the crew that was on it because it doesn't really matter, but she hits a couple points that I think is important for us to know. We don't always want to talk about the positive because our negative shit that happens, and we've got to make sure we get away from that stuff. So this lady said they were courteous, friendly, cautious, and quick. I would definitely call them again. Cons: they smelled like smoke, used our bathroom twice, forgot coffee, which wasn't important to us, but it wasn't in your advertising. The little things that can make a difference, like trying to go to the bathroom a quick trip between jobs, would be more professional when they were at my house for 30 minutes. It was a very small job. Guys were very smiley, friendly upon arrival, and quick with handshakes. They were courteous. They were very cautious to our belongings. They were super quick. So again, she absolutely loved the service, loved the guys, loved everything about that. It's just a couple of what's that? There are a few customers. There's a few customers that are a little touchy about their bathroom. So we are. I get it. If y'all are on site for 8 hours, 9 hours, there's not a lot we can do. You can't jump in the truck and leave when it's halfway loaded. But in between jobs, it's a little 30-minute job. We can stop the picture for whatnot. Somebody's got to use the bathroom. So for both guys to use the bathroom on a 30-minute job, I kind of felt like that was a little excessive. So again, love the guys, love the service, but I thought it was important that we bring up. It was an afternoon job, and that's probably why we didn't bring coffee. But just giving customer heads up why would be appreciated as well. Now I have a fantastic review I want to read because I want to give these guys a big congratulations because you guys are going to know exactly who it is because this guy gets so many reviews and fantastic reviews. That would be Adrian. Yeah, Antoine started pointing already. Adrian, Gerardo, and Dale. Said everything was explained thoroughly up front during our free on-site estimate. There were no hidden fees, and they were upfront about consumable fees. Our move was completed 1.75 hours sooner than the estimate, so we paid for only 6.25 hours of labor, no rounding to the next hour or having to pay for a quoted estimate. The movers were friendly, courteous, and took the utmost care not to damage our homes or our belongings during the move. There were multiple large pieces that they took a lot of work to move, but they did it quickly and efficiently. I would highly recommend you moving for our next move.
FaceTime exactly how to do it. How was that one? Trevor.
Treadmill from Marlon. So, thank you, Marlon. Big shout out to Marlon. So, I'll let him come over and do the board, but just want to remind you guys, like, make sure, like LaDrew said, you guys are doing the difficult thing, not the easy thing. It's easy in life to wake up late, play video games or whatever you want to do, but you know that's not going to get you anywhere in life. So, make sure when you guys are on it, your head's in it and you're ready to go. You guys have goals set to what you want to do. Before I'll let Marlon come up and talk about it, just to address one thing, it's kind of the elephant in the room a little bit right now, is the hour situation. Obviously we all know December and January is when we take a little bit of a step back from our summer months, and so we're spreading the hours out the best we can right now. The sales center's doing a fantastic job, so is DR and Jenny's on putting money on the books. We got a big job going to Chicago next week. And it's picking right back up. So I want to remind everybody, like, it's coming, be patient. We are spreading it out again the best we can. The best thing that you can do is show up on time in full uniform to get on. Marlon talked to you guys a little bit about it yesterday. If you're a few minutes late or you're out of uniform, that's going to cost you a day. If there's a guy sitting here, if you got here at 6:45 in uniform ready to go, it's tough to send him home if you show up at 7:10 or you need a shirt or you need a beanie or whatnot. So, on time, ready to go. We love all you guys. We have a fantastic crew right now. We're going to come into the summer. We're going to get 160 guys when we get to summer, and these are the guys that do it. So we need you guys. We love y'all. Just stay patient with us. We'll have the hours for you for everything we need. So I'll let Marlon come up and say a couple things.
Hey, hi Marlon. Thanks, Jason. Thank you.
What it do, baby?
What it do, baby?
Hey, Carlos. What it do? In uniform.
Hey, everybody give it up for
Marlon. Go over the board real quick. What you want to touch base? Say. First things first, go ahead on proper share. You already know who's number one. Money man, yeah, that's him. Y'all not gonna fuck with him this year, so I ain't gonna say nothing. His number two, Spencer, is number two on the board. Number three, Antoine, you always consistent with it.
They didn't take 150 for me.
Oh, Jason, that's a question for you. Okay. All right. Beginning of the year, NPS is just getting back going, so we don't have any NPS 10s, but I'm sure some of you guys have some 10s out there. Google reviews, we're at 833, still at that 4.8. I don't know what we're going to take it to get to 4.9. That'd be nice if we could see it go up. Anyway, we're going to keep it moving. Crew leader of the week, Mr. Brent Woods. Oh, let's not that shit up. Quick on Brent. Brent continuously wants to learn. He keeps growing, and I'd say your revisionist estimates that you give on site are spot on, so now you're becoming a dynamite professional mover, and you can keep doing whatever you want to, brother. Ryan Bonilla, Mr. sitting in the front. Okay, we can sit up front, that's fine. Ryan Bonilla, he's working on getting a DOT, I already got it. Working on it, so he's about to start jobbing, about to start moving up. So let's clap that shit up for Ryan. Top Asian of the week, we going Red.
Yeah, okay. Yep, top Asian of the week is Austin, just because he is killing it. He's at 88% conversion this month. 88. And he landed last month with the highest conversion at 79% with only 14% cancellation.
Man, that's clap that shit up. I got you, Austin. All right, our NPS is at 86 right now. Let's just do the Adrian Richardson plan. Let's just make the customers love us. Shoot them with a smile, shoot the shit with them. You might get 2 cards that you can flip and sell right quick. We're at 86 right now, let's keep pushing. Top jobs of the month, Robert Quitney at 8. We got Antoine going crazy. Now, employee of the month, this is usually my favorite thing to give out. To touch base on what LaDrew said, you said if you see someone with integrity, that equals success, right? You see where they're going? Perfect. So, this person operates with integrity every single day. He comes in with the proper uniform. I don't know the last time he had a crazy damage, and if he did, I've seen him in Marlon's office multiple times talking to her about it. So one, if it wasn't him, he wants it off his name. Where second, if it was him, he wants to learn from the situation and grow from it. All right? So, the employee of the month, you can probably guess who it is.
Who would be? Who would be?
It's going to be Eddy. I can't pronounce your last name, Eddy, but it's going to be Eddy. It's going to be Eddy. I can't spell it either, so.
Eddie Hertrick.
All right, we'll go with Eddy. Whatever. You right up there, Eddy. But I'm super happy and super proud of you. Keep going. I will let everyone know for the next round of crew leads, you're the first name that pops up.
Thank you.
You're the only name that pops up. So, I want to get into something important. Show of hands, who has had problems or questions or some frustrations with on-site estimates? Y'all about to sit here.
Don't be shy.
Y'all, come on, let's be honest. Everybody raise your hand, so I'll raise my hands for y'all. That's fine, y'all don't want to keep it real. So this is what we're gonna do. So as an ops team, and as an ops team, we sat down with Derek and Jennings. Well, Jennings wasn't there, but I know the information was gonna be passed on. We sat down with them and we discussed some of the frustrations that you guys have. We do listen to you all. And we do pass it on, and this is what we're going to start doing to make our company better. Every month, at the start of the month, your on-site estimators, which are Derek Ryan and Chris Jennings, they will be going on the truck with either me, Mike, or Chris to a two-truck move that they book themselves. That way, they keep refreshed on what's going on what you guys do every single day, the type of situation that you guys have to go through. Once they can go through them themselves and get to thinking like you all start to think, we will not start to have these type of miscommunications on estimates. Because once they, I'm gonna come to you, because once they can start thinking like us, as Anton was a professional mover, as Scott a professional mover, as all of you are professional movers, once they start thinking like you all think, and they can set the expectation correctly for your customer, so if you do have something difficult like a treadmill that can't get out, they've already said the same thing that you're gonna say. Ma'am, I can't break this down. Or if you feel comfortable, I can break it down to this point, and it won't be no, what he said, well, no, what he said, no, we all said the same exact thing because they think exactly like you guys think. They're gonna make sure to protect you all by if, say a customer said they were gonna take all the boxes, which you've heard that before, and we all know they're not gonna do it. So they're gonna make sure to set the expectations. Hey, Mr. Morris, I know you and your family wanna move those boxes. If you do, that's gonna be great for us, it's gonna save you some money. But in my professional opinion, that usually doesn't get happening because you still are going through life. You have all your kids to take care of, and life is just stressful. So in this estimate, I built it in that we're going to move everything for you because we're a full-service company and we're the best that can do it. Again, now if you do what you said, you can be able to save yourself some money. But the expectation for us is we're going to show up and move everything like you already know we're going to do. So hopefully moving forward, we won't have the type of, again, big miscommunications between what we're doing in the field and with the estimators. Questions, Tyrone?
Yeah, I guess on like the under clothing, if they were to be more specific as far as like the pieces that we wrap, as far as glasses, glass and wood, because that does padding and wrapping takes like an extra 30 minutes to an hour depending on the piece. So maybe more specific with that.
So with that, I'm glad you said that. Again, it's just like if you haven't done moving in a month, come back. One, you're gonna be tired, and two, you're naturally gonna forget some of the things you already knew. That's why they're getting back in the truck so they can sharpen up their mind, so they can know that master bedroom that maybe they said 30 minutes to wrap, and we know that's not possible. They can do it themselves, and they understand. With this platform bed or those beds with the posts, those are gonna take some time. Timmy, with those beds, with those two bunk beds you're gonna take down, it takes about 2.5 hours.
One of those has 70 pieces of hardware.
Exactly.
That was a bitch. I'll tell you
So if they do that once a month, they can understand the type of time it took you guys. So hey, Andrew, if you get put in that situation, Derek and Jennings, they just did that last month. They understand it. They can account for it a little bit better. So just an example. Just an example. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself.
I'm gonna go with that. Like, I've never seen a full go past 8 hours. That's my only thing.
Yes, sir.
Majority of them, they do go past 8 hours. So I'm just right there with that. A lot of
So I would say with that, that is something that I will let Derek speak on, but I would say in those type of certain situations, if that job is that big, we need to be able to tell our customers, this is a 2-day move because of so much stuff that you have. Now, again, I don't know if this is a particular situation we're gonna speak on.
No, it happens more often than that. You need a job, a big job that's quoted for 8 hours. The more often than not, it goes over 8
Just understand that anytime that the math would say that it's going to go over 8 hours, the way we're trained to do it is to add another guy, add a couple guys to make that time shrink down. Obviously understand that sometimes it goes over, but we're doing everything we can to keep you guys at 8 hours and try to explain to the customer if it goes over, it goes over. And obviously doing a better job. I've talked to Marlon a lot lately of trying to explain the expectations. But the other part of that is,
I'd say, Derek, in that situation, Antoine, let's take that offline so we can talk about these specific jobs. If it's all of them, let's talk about all of them and let's see what's happened, and then we'll go from there. But moving forward,
and
any type of questions or any type of problems that we may have in our estimates, the goal that we're having is that we want to get them in the trucks so they can keep refreshing their minds so we all get better, so we don't have those type of situations and you don't get put through as much.
and I understand the frustration too. Between myself, Jennings, and the sales center, jobs that are estimated at 8 hours, about 76% of them go 8 hours or less. So there's just a few that are going over. It's just about recognizing the red flags of the jobs that are bigger, that need more attention or more truck or whatever it might be.
So that's what we're going to do moving forward. I'm going to let Mike close it. Just look at it and know that we're all trying to get better. Make sure extreme ownership, we always have to look in the mirror and say, I could do something that make this shit go better. It's always a two-go street. Go ahead, Mike.
In the end, fellas, we all have to remember that without our on-site estimators and our call center, we do not eat, right? Would everybody agree with me on that? Yes, sir. All right, so let's thank our estimators and our call center for
What it do, baby? What it do, baby? Damn birthday, break that shit. What it do?
Let's shut up! Let me get 2 claps and a what it do, baby!
What it do, baby? Yeah.